Welcome to the Dragon's Tome, issue 130. We are now in February 1988. My name's Rob,
I'm Jack.
And I'm Chopper.
and we're here to talk about Dragon Magazine, every issue, chronologically. This is our 130th episode. I don't know if you can count. Have you never learned to count?
I never learned to count.
I never learned to read.
This cover's by Linda Medley, and it's some witch summoning a demon. And her poor little frog's like, what the hell?
Yeah. This is I get very Bette Midler vibes from this character that she's put down.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why. And I don't think
it
has anything to do with whatever movie that she was in with the witches.
Witches in Eastwick.
Hocus Pocus. That's it. It has. I don't get that vibe, but
with the highly underrated Kathy Najimy.
This is the man who doesn't like Marvel movies, but he loves Kathy Najimy.
She's a treasure.
National treasure.
Anything?
Is she Canadian?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, it's fun times.
It's good. It's a good cover.
I had this Dragon magazine, and I remember thoroughly enjoying it and being impressed by the cover. And it does not disappoint. When I saw it again, I was like, "Oh yeah, I like me this cover."
I don't see a lot of disproportions here yet, so I'm not triggered.
Jack likes it because you can see demon butt, cleavage, and a little bit of toe.
Oh, you can see demon butt. I didn't delve that far down past the smoke.
Jack did. Anyways, let's get to the episode. Let's start with Pat. He hasn't started in a while.
All right, let's do it. Let's go to page 32.
32, not 23.
Many 32. Faces of the magics. Magical disguises for the were-wizard. This is an article on how, as a magic user, you can use spells and cantrips to hide your appearance. Not only does it talk about appearance, it outlines on how to mimic other classes.
That's pretty fun.
To add as camo. Now, the reason why I'm covering this article is because never once in all my years of playing D&D did it ever occur whenever I played a magic user when we were trying to infiltrate something that I could use magic to hide myself or turn this, other than using an illusion.
Yeah.
But I didn't. John Keene, hats off, because you saw what I didn't see. Like a lot of these two are just cantrips. Like you change your hair color, or you grow your beard, change your beard. You can comprehend language, so you can speak another language. Things like that. So
everyone knows you target the wizard. He's the soft target. Yeah, you go for him. So why wouldn't they figure out, hey, you know what? If I acted like I was someone else, maybe I wouldn't be the brunt of the first wave of attacks.
And another part of this article too is that half of the things you can do are cantrips. So these are things you could do early on as a magic user. You don't have to wait till you get polymorph to do all that stuff. I just thought it was a very interesting take on how to do it, and it even goes how you can mimic thieving abilities, what spells you can use to mimic the spells and clerics, and it goes on. He did a lot of thinking on what you could do to mimic other classes with spells. So I thought it was a very, very cool little article, and I think if I ever played a magic user again, I will start to look at this option in a role-playing sense of like, all right, I need to infiltrate something. What are my spells that can get me in there?
Yeah.
That are fairly low level. That you don't have to waste your arsenal on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Smart.
So, yeah.
Intelligence use of character class.
Hats off to John Keene, if you're listening.
Good one, John.
Canonically, unfortunately, he is no longer. So
yeah, I hate to say it. I don't want to say it because he did such a good job, but I think we're worse for his departure.
Yeah, we'll send the widow Keene a corsage.
Oh, I thought you were going to say croissant.
That too. Jack, what's your first?
Flaky pastries for all the bereaved.
Jack, what's your first article?
My first article. If we could go to page 66, please.
Dungeon etiquette. Yes, this is one of mine. Also,
Um, it starts with the Jody Lynn Nye starts with this scenario in which someone has to leave the gaming table. So you're in the middle, like it's not like this gaming session no one could make it, so you could kind of like start with a player's character not being there. This is they have to leave midway. It's about more than just this. It's etiquette in general, but she starts with this. And what would you do if someone had to leave the table? And there's some like she starts with instant death, which is
I didn't read this truly, but did she quantify why they're leaving the table? Like, are they leaving for a family emergency, or are they leaving because they just got pissed?
At the end, she starts with she says if they've been distracted by the television and are just enraptured with I think she uses Star Wars as the then yes, the punishment would be harsher than someone whose mom said, "Hey, come on, you get school in the morning." So
okay.
It starts with how would you deal with that, and then it gets into like
what happens when a character dies? Are they allowed to talk to you and tell you things?
Yeah, she calls it spirit voices, but
I would say no.
I forget what it was that we would call it.
Well, table talk. That's
what it was. That's what it was.
But it's because some of it's like, how far do you let them go? Like, can you say some things but not others? And like, you can't tell them.
Because I will say this, because going back to last episode, when Don would be making his characters, he would engage in a little bit of table talk from the living room floor.
Because would your characters remember him as the player remembers, and he's telling you,
well, he's dead,
and you're but is it
it's ghost voices?
Is it, hey, you would have remembered player to player, or is it?
Well, it's like a lot of it's like, don't forget my armor, or don't this is the trap that killed me, or whatever. Matters what it is.
Stop teabagging my body.
Yeah. This is not Fortnite.
So yeah, it's not a very long article, but it addresses a couple things that must have come up in their sessions or sessions that they've heard of.
It seems very extreme. I thought, is this a joke? Is this a joke article? Because some of it was like, really? You're going to just murder people and like do all these bad things just because they had to go home early? Like, that's kind of weird.
There is a bit that the tongue is planted deep in the cheek for some of them, but some of them are like, yeah, you can just say that the character's been teleported away. A wizard did it. Like, that's just, and now you can.
But the obvious answer is the GM just plays that character. Like, that's the easy answer, and it's not in here.
And that is probably what 99.9% of people did, was like, okay, I will run the character. I will keep him safe. I'm not going to use him as a tank against
I'll do what you would have done. Yeah.
I'll try in good conscience play it the way I think you would, and we'll come back when you're done we'll see you next week.
I do like one of the examples is somebody falling asleep and them kicking him awake. Okay, what are you going to do next every time? Then they're eventually like, okay, what spells do you have memorized? We're just going to play your character. And the little person gets... Many times we spent the whole weekend up 72 hours, so I can also feel that one a bit.
Yeah.
Falling asleep during a game. But yes, it's... I wonder how old Jody Lynn Nye is. If they're a teenager, that would make sense, I think.
Well, canonically, she has passed. She's moved on to a better place.
Well, canonically, she's Bill Nye's daughter, so.
No, canonically that couldn't possibly be, because Bill Nye would have to be in his mid 120s by now.
Bill Nye's probably 80 something. You know that?
Really?
I don't know.
He did go senile about 4 or 5 years ago.
He's 68, so he's an old man.
Yeah.
Anyways, maybe it's his wife. Okay. Anything else to say about that one, Jack? That was also mine. You stole one of my few articles.
It was short and sweet.
Well, that was one of mine. I guess we're going to go to 58 then.
Oh,
No, not 58. We're going to go to 60. 60, I tell you.
okay, good.
It's Miniatures in Wonderland by Robert Bigelow. He's talking about Gen Con and how all these new miniature games is happening. But what they do say is Gen Con and Origins is combining. This is for this year in 1988. Gen Cons and Origins.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
again,
yeah, but it also says that Origins is historical gaming and miniature, where Gen Con's more RPGs, which is kind of, I never ever thought Origins is a miniatures con. I always thought board games.
it might have been back in the day.
Yeah, it must have been back in the day. Obviously, this person.
It's definitely not there now because.
And even historical, I don't think Origins is known for historicals either, really.
It might have been again. I don't know. I've never been to Origins that far back. I've been to Origins a couple times in the 2000s, but
now Origins is definitely a board game convention. So is Gen Con, really, but Gen Con's a little everything. Where the miniature one is obviously Adepticon. That's the biggest miniature one now. So
but Adepticon's not here yet.
I know. When's Adepticon start? What we're up to? We're like 15 or something? What was the latest one?
No, I've been going since 2004.
Yeah, so it's probably about right.
So maybe 2000s, 98, somewhere in there.
Is that early? We'll see. We'll see. I always check the con listings because I hope to see the cons we've been to, so it's always fun. Gen Con Origins combined for 1998, so that's interesting. But mostly it was just they're begging for judges for all their miniature games, so they really need judges. If you're interested in judging for Gen Con Origins in 1988, please contact us information. Pat, what is your next article?
My next article is going to be page 58.
58. We were just here.
The Dragon's Bestiary again.
This is Gamma World, though.
I touched on the world because now we have Gamma World mutant plants. I know Jack has a penchant for plants.
Does he?
Having this magazine, that picture, as soon as I saw, I was like, oh yeah, like it was possibly the first time I saw Gamma World, like
monsters.
Its flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like flying helicopter plants was the first time I went, oh, that's
the Wizards. I mean, this is a nice article because it gives you.
It's literally one page. I was confused.
More plants. So not only do your wandering encounters not have to only be wandering monsters, you could just literally walk into a plant.
Wurslers.
The Wurslers are crazy hard to kill because they have an adaptive mutation which allows them to only take damage from one source. So once they take damage from a source, they can't take damage from that source again.
That's pretty cool.
Like the Borg.
Yeah.
Jack,
Good reference.
Jack, I have a question.
Yes.
Why does it say Wurslers and then propeller? No closed bracket. No other words.
Yeah, it's that's an open-ended. That's a conundrum there. Yeah, definitely. Someone missed just like a little shift tap.
Did the picture take it over? Is that what happened?
No, I think it's just missed. I think that's an editor who didn't notice, and honestly, I didn't notice either.
Well, I'm a better editor than you.
Oh, I noticed it, but I was thinking that maybe Jack would get that.
This is an honest space, Patrick, and those kind of lies kind of sully this whole situation. You didn't notice.
This is your jam, man. This is your jam.
You can admit it. Admit it.
It's a safe space.
I look to you.
It's a safe. It'll the weight will come right off if you just say, "I just lied and I'm sorry."
I leave it up to you. So, Adepticon started in 2000.
He's never gonna grow, Jack. He's never gonna grow.
No.
For your information.
Adepticon he's ignoring you and checking when Adepticon started.
2002.
I did the math.
We'll get there eventually. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know
think
when
we
it
do.
ends. I don't know when it ends.
Okay. That's it for me.
That was your Whizzlers.
Listeners.
Back to Jack, I think, aren't we?
Looks like we're going to go to 84 of the PDF, please.
I was wondering if this was going to show up.
Part
Justice is
2,
served.
Justice is Served, the Marvel file. This was when I had already seen the Scourge do his thing once in comic book form. I had been completely oblivious to the vast amount of lore that had followed him. I was already enamored. This when I had this Dragon magazine, and I started seeing the page after page after page of people of the criminal underworld that the Scourge had vigilanted in various ways. And in particular, which is my is near and dear to my heart. On page 87 of the PDF is the picture of the Scourge in all his glory. Come on, who is that not going to be like? Who's not completely smitten? You got to fall in love
I'm
with that
smitten.
face.
I'm smitten also.
He's a face only a mother could love.
I think we all, as a group, can love.
How about Turner D. Century?
The
I feel like he's selling something.
he drove around on a penny farthing bike.
Yep.
And had he was okay. Some of them weren't the A-list villains that he killed.
I would say none are an A-list villain. They're all C-list.
I wonder why Commander Kraken looks like Kraven the Hunter.
Some of them were pretty, like they were part of like a lot of these were Avengers bad guys too. So me being an Avengers guy, maybe I saw a few of them more than others, but yeah. So the big Scourge thing was the bar that I don't see it written in here where
bar with no name. It was in Ohio.
I don't see where it says like too much about the bar with no name, but
it just says
horse
there
with no
it is
name.
at the end. Yes, the bar with no name, and all the criminals that he killed, and that stuck with me. That was a formative part of my childhood into my teens and early 20s, 30s. It stuck with me in my 40s, and since I'm 50 now, yeah, I still think it's one of the dopest
the bee's
things
knees, as they say.
It is the bee's knees, yes.
Scourge, and he was supposedly killed at the end. He's not dead. It was not the real Scourge.
No.
When
I see him
Scourge.
during when the renaissance of the MCU, once they get their heads out of their asses and the Scourge shows up on the screen, I will cry.
Much like you did for Vigilante.
Well, hopefully Peacemaker's coming back so I can see
your boy.
Yeah, my boy.
You're my boy, Blue. Let's see. Do I have any others? You guys stole all mine. I think I might be tapped out.
Really?
Yep. You guys stole all my articles.
Oh no.
That can't be possible.
It is possible because you guys stole them all. Yep. I don't have any others. So we're gonna go to Pat.
68. My last one.
68.
I almost thought that one of you and Jack might have had this one. That's why it's in my last one.
I left this one for you. It's like boats, Asian boats. That's got Pat written
me.
all over it.
Yep, yeah, and that's exactly what this is. The description of a host of Chinese ships from junks to sampans. It's a great little article on explaining some of the ships of the Asian country. And gives them stats for you to use and things like that, little pictures. A very informative article. I enjoyed it very much.
A little primer. It's got just enough pictures and just enough stats to to wet the whistle, but it's not like remember at the beginning of Dragon Magazine where there's articles from like other magazines that had been folded in, they were all like historical.
Yes.
Really boring.
This is kind of like a hey,
It's
couple pages.
It's like a throwback, but enough not to bore you like Rob. But with the coming of Oriental Adventures out and the coming of the Car Tour box set, I thought this was a good place for this. As a GM or a DM, this would be a nice little article to keep on the side if you happen to have any sea or water battles.
Or just got to get on a boat somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm on a boat.
World building. Here's a picture. This is what you're on.
Yeah,
take a good hard look at the boat.
We're going to be copyright struck. You're such a mimic. Anything else to say about your junk?
There's just there's the Lorca. There's the Ocean War junk. Oh well, it's the Pachili trading junk is what I got.
No, I think you got the small junk.
But it's a war junk. Let me tell you,
it's a sampan.
I think the crooked stern junk is really what it is.
Oh, that's so sad. Jack, do you have another article?
No, sir. I did both of mine as per the overarching theme of the show.
But I only did one article, so you're supposed to do 3.
Well, Pat just did 3, so I think you're covered. We're good.
Do you have another article?
Untapped.
Oh, look at this. It's going to be the shortest episode ever.
We say that every time.
I got 3 ads, so. Ads. Who's got first ad? Let's go to Patrick first.
Let's go to page 2.
2?
Dose.
Another GW game. Fury of the Dracula. Now, is this the board game version of the computer game that we played a couple times?
This is the board. Yeah, the board game of the. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I guess the Dracula is a player-controlled entity instead of an AI.
In the board in the
board game.
In the video game, you could play him as a person too if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, but we never did.
No, we always played him as an AI.
Yeah,
and we beat the game every time.
Because we got pretty good. We got pretty good at it. Yeah,
and we're also playing a computer. Yeah, if you play a real person, Dracula almost always wins. That's the way this game works.
No, I think because we all think alike, we all work together as a team. It was an uphill battle for Dracula.
There's a couple times when he got the better of us, but
yeah, this is. I don't know if this is the first edition, but it's definitely one of the early ones. Yeah. And it's eventually Fantasy Flight has it, but right now it's at GW.
Well, all the GW board games go to Fantasy Flight at one point.
Is that what happens? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fury of Dracula. Good times. Jack, stop eating nuts and tell us what your first ad is.
My only ad. We're going to go to page 109. Forgotten Realms. The future is here for millions of AD&D players. One giant step for dragonkind. Now, 2 things. One, funny ad. It's got a giant dragon footprint.
Oh, it
One
does.
giant step for dragonkind. I think
that looks like Godzilla's footprint.
Classic. That's comedy genius right there. Sounds like I'm being sarcastic. Sounds like I'm being, but no, I think that's, but I think that's funny, and it's eye catching. Secondly, it is the Forgotten Realms campaign set.
Big time.
Which
we've discussed the coming of and some of the preview things that we've seen in the magazine.
Moonshade.
But here it is in all its glory, and as far as I'm concerned, the cover art is nice. Don't get me wrong, but of all the iconic things I can think of, Forgotten Realms, that is not what I think of.
Yeah, it's just some step. It looks like almost like a
really. See, I'm the opposite. Horseman. When I think of Forgotten Realms, this is the cover I think of.
Well, really? I think of this cover, but that definitely doesn't scream Forgotten Realms to me.
I will say that the Darkwalker Moonshade was the first Forgotten Realms book I read.
That was the first Forgotten Realms book, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And I also, to throw back, we were talking about Waterdeep last 2 episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
The other city I was thinking was called Suzale.
Stop making up words.
That's not. It's the other big city that they kind of focused on, then Waterdeep kind of just overshadowed everything else.
You're lucky your name's not Billy Batson, or else we would have saw some fireworks.
Ah,
Yeah.
because he said Shazam. That's the joke.
But I have this box set.
I hope you do. Everyone has this. I don't have it.
Yeah. Again, I get this box set a little bit later, just before second edition drops.
Because this is the world of second edition. So,
But I don't play the first edition box set. I have it.
do they come out with a second edition version?
Mm-hmm.
2 massive 96-page booklets. I wouldn't call those massive. This magazine is 112 issues or pages. So,
But it's 2.
yeah. So it's like 2 Dragon magazines. Whoop-de-doo. That cost me $7. How much is this?
$3.50.
They do.
Yeah, anyways. My first ad, that was Jack's, right? Let's go
Correct.
to page 35. It's Grenadier models. It's got a bunch of cool pictures. But look at that Goblin War Giant. I remember seeing this in the person. I think it was might have been in a painting contest. And it was amazing. And here it is. It's a if you're not watching the video version, there is only a video version, so I don't know what you're watching. Yeah, it's a giant with
Stop doing the dishes and look over.
It's a giant with a bunch of goblins on his shoulders, a little platform. It's pretty iconic miniature. It's pretty big too. That Imperial Dragon of the 11 Celestial Dynasties looks like you'd see that at every Chinese food restaurant that I've ever been to.
Yes.
A little
yes.
jade statue that's sitting on the countertop. It's right
To
there.
the left of it is a gold cat
Yep.
waving, and to the right of it is some sort of koi display.
Yep, exactly. So that's all I wanted to say. And Patrick, another ad.
All right, last one, page 23.
What's this?
The next trilogy written by Tracy and Hickman. I read these books, but I don't remember much. And I said to myself, they're downstairs in the basement when I unpacked a bunch of paperbacks that I got from my mama. This was in them, and I should probably reread them because I do remember enjoying the whole trilogy. And
Yeah, it's their
this is
Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman's non
the next
Dragonlance
Dragonlance world.
non TSR licensed. Let's just make our own thing.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm sure it was. I might even read some of these. I sort of remember them.
Back when malls were a thing, there was a bookstore that I would go to, and I
Kohl's?
saw
Which one
it
was
was Kohl's.
It's Kohl's.
Oh,
We have
we
Kohl's
didn't
in
have that.
Canada. No.
We had Walden and B. Dalton's.
You guys, what do you call the Kohl's notes? What do you call them? Cliff notes? They were invented by Kohl's in Canada, and Cliff notes
So they're
imported them.
cold notes.
Kohl's notes. Yep.
Yep.
Anyways,
And I remember seeing this book a few times, and I didn't put the 2 and 2 together with the
names,
authors.
Yeah.
And but I might have picked it up, although fantasy literature was
Oh.
rampant at the time.
Yeah,
But
it
back
was.
when
I thought you were going to say I might have picked it up. Well, I mean, I might have stolen it.
Oh,
I thought that's where that was
crammed
going.
it down my pants and walked out with it, and that's how I,
You walked right
to
up the
this
door.
day, that's how I get my produce.
It always
No, I
tastes
remember.
funny.
I remember the cover. I remember
How
everything.
dare
about it.
you?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely remember these books. Say I don't remember if I read them, but I definitely remember the cover. Yeah. Cool. Jack, do you have any more ads?
No, sir.
And Pat has no more, so I got 2.
Okay, knock them out.
Page 89. This is a Palladium ad, but the interesting thing is it's advertising that it's one rule system. So they finally put all their rule systems into one thing. And thing with Palladium rules is there was something called it was SD and there's 2 different types of damage systems. One for like humans and one for like giant robots. And yeah, they figured out a way to convert the 2 between them. So now we got this. Plus, it's got all the Robotech books that I own. So yeah, it's like Palladium, famously litigious. They've sued a lot of people, and now are famous for terrible Kickstarters that fail. So,
Yeah.
That was an odd segue. They are famously litigious. They want to sue everyone, and their Kickstarters are cons.
Yeah, it is known.
The irony there.
Yeah, but they did make a lot of money off of suing people who, like, back in the day, people would make universal systems for like all different games, and like they'd have multiple stats lines and stuff from all different games in their like adventures and stuff. And if you ever put a Palladium one in there, they would sue you. It was like a thing. So it's like
they were worse than GW.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They were terrible. So screw you, Palladium. That's all I have to say. And my last one is on page 111, the second last page of this book. It's because it's a BattleTech one. It's drop ships and jump ships. And mostly I just want to mention this because those are two of our segments on a certain little show called Mobile Armor Radio. It's also available on.
Yeah.
Because dropships, I understand, and even in the Discord, I see it's one called dropships, and you do the the segment in the show dropships, but I don't remember. There's another one, scatter something or other. I'm like, what? I don't know what any of it means.
Shatterdome's from that's from Pacific Rim.
So you have to explain to me right now.
Well,
justify yourselves.
Jump ships are when you with the big ships that bring you into a system. Drop ships bring you from the jump ship to the planet. Shatterdome is in Pacific Rim. It's where all the mechs are kept. And the hangar bay is another segment we do. That's where you repair the mechs. And the exfil is when you leave, and that's what we're doing. We're leaving.
Yeah. But we don't use the Shatterdome.
It is in the Discord. There is Shatterdome.
Oh,
I didn't make it up. I am certain of it.
You did not make it up. The other one's Comstar. That's the other one. That's the other segment we do. Most of them are from BattleTech, which is strange. But yeah. Anyways, this is all the rules for dropships and jump ships in BattleTech. And I don't think they even have what's it called yet? Aerotech. So this isn't the rules for those in big space battles. There's a space battle one too. What was that one called? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Yeah. If you remember, comment below. Because our memories suck. Anyways, yeah, that was it. Anything else to add to this very short episode?
No.
This was 130. We're in 1988. It's a good year. Pretty soon, I will be playing role-playing games religiously. So.
Not me. I'm still gonna be on the fringes, but not in.
I'm
reading these Dragon. I'm reading these Dragon magazines now, probably for the first time.
I'm 6 months away from joining a games club at my high school. I just started attending when I was in grade 9. So, and that's where I meet a certain someone.
And
Not yet,
history.
Not yet.
6 months from now, my life changes forever.
Even then, no, I don't think it was.
It was pretty early.
The first year.
Oh yeah, it was first year because that's first year as the games club was my first year of high school.
Really?
Yep. It was not your first year of high school.
No, because I'm 1 year older than you.
You've caused a lot of trouble before then.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Comment below and tell us what your high school memories are, and like, share, subscribe. Join us on X or Facebook, or I don't know. I think that's where we're on. We're not on TikTok. It's gonna be banned in the United States soon, anyways.
But we'll always have Bumble.
Bumblebees.
Bumble.
I've been Rob.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Chopper.
See you for 131. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You got some guns on.